Hey everyone, I am Tanny Crawford. Welcome to PT M&A Talk, where we break down how physical therapists can boost their practice, their career, make a better impact on the world. I'm your host today. I'm a PT, work in the M&A space now. I work for Martin Healthcare Advisors, and we help clinics increase their value, whether they're prepping to sell or just leveling up. I have got today one of my good buddies, Chris Kleinard. Chris is a recruiter that has years of experience in the recruiting space. We would jump on today and talk a little bit about physical therapy clinic owners, why it's important to be on LinkedIn. Chris, thanks for joining us today, buddy.
Yeah, no, Tanny, I'm excited to be here. And this is something that really over the last year, I've just seen a lot more in the space of PT, nursing, doctors. There's obviously a shortage of talent out there. People are struggling to recruit and find individuals for their practices. As we've started to help clinics recruit for more of these positions. A little background, I work with TechStream. We do a lot of tech recruiting. Like I said, it's kind of transitioned into doing a lot more as there's these different needs in different segments of the market, including this medical space. I live on LinkedIn, and as I've started to recruit on some of these roles, I'm like, where are all the PTs? Where are the nurses? How do you find these individuals? But I'm also talking to PTs and nurses and such, and they're like, where do I find the job? And I'm like, well, there's a simple answer, LinkedIn. We can get it all together. We can get everybody using this amazing tool. It's going to make everyone's jobs a lot easier. You're going to be able to find jobs easier. Clinics will be able to find people easier. I'm excited to talk to you about the importance of this tool and how it can help, practice owners and people that are in the market.
Man, I can't tell you the number of PTs that I go to look for, and it's like their LinkedIn is maybe hadn't been updated since they graduation day from PT school. I think if you ask the average person out there, LinkedIn to me before I was doing what I'm doing now was more for the corporate folks in the suits. It's like it was just like a CEO news feed kind of thing. But now there are more and more and more people, what I'm seeing in the PT space, that own these larger practices that are posting every other day. It's leadership, it's adding value to people. What's your take on LinkedIn? Is it changing any? Feel like it's more for the corporate folks?
No, I don't. And you're right. I think it did start like that. Obviously, big tech company based in California, that's kind of who it was geared to when it first started. But it's become such a massive professional networking tool, not just in that business tech space, an overall networking tool. It is kind of like the Facebook of the professional world now. I mean, there's millions and probably billions of users on it now. And we've talked about this too, just the power of networking and the importance of it in general. But if you're a practice leader and you can build out and start making connections on LinkedIn with other practice leaders or other candidates, whenever you go to hire, it's going to make the challenge of hiring that much easier when you have people you can reach out to in a group or within your city that you've connected with. You can go find PTs that are within a 30-mile radius and connect with all of them. Just say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I run this practice, saw you're in the area, just wanted to connect. Let me know if you ever want to grab a coffee or something. I mean, networking should never stop, and being able to know, and PTs too, when you're looking for jobs, you can find where they're located in your city and who those owners are. You have so much direct contact with people through LinkedIn. You no longer have to just submit a resume to a posting and hope somebody calls you. You can go find someone who works at that exact practice and message them directly. Hey, I just graduated, looking for a role. Your practice hiring. There's so many positives to the tool. It just needs to be utilized. And I think people are learning how to use it. That's kind of part of my role in this is helping folks learn how to use the tool, because it's not hard. But like everything, when something new comes along, you don't want to use it. You've never used it before. But if you can spend just a few minutes learning some of the features and how much it can help you, it's so important. And it's not just for the business world anymore. We're seeing, like you said, people are posting and networking and writing articles and sharing things. It's news, it's networking, professional connections. It's everything in the professional space.
Man, I've heard you say finding PTs, marketing, making connections out there. LinkedIn's got its own algorithm as well, right? Mm-hmm. So kind of like Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever, there's an algorithm to LinkedIn. It is a professional network. Some of the things I've learned as well as being on there, being professional, sharing valuable information, looking at articles and reading those articles, commenting on people's posts, post. And the more that you do that, just like Instagram or whatever, the more it starts populating the stuff that works for you. So if you're a PT working on a clinic, unless you love houses and maybe foundation work, construction, you're not going to see a whole lot of foundation work on your algorithm because you're engaged in the physical therapy stuff.
It's going to gear your page to what your interests are and who you're connecting and talking with. So again, it kind of genuinely, organically builds that network for you and helps you create that network. Again, just maximizing everything you want to do with the tool and in the space you want to spend the most time in. News coming out in the space that may be valuable to you and what you can do in your practice, or finding people. Again, you've seen people post and write things, and hey, you may need them for some reason, so just it organically builds that network up for you, just liking a post or reading a post or sending that connection request. Again, like I said, it's a very easy tool to use. You've just got to put in a little bit of effort to use it, but the value it brings back to you can be tenfold. It can be so much.